information is being provided to you for educational and informational purposes only. It is being provided to you to educate you about healthy eating, fitness, spirituality, and as a self help tool for your own use. It is not medical advice or psychological advice. This information is to be used at your own risk based on your own judgment. You can read the full disclaimer at aristonutrition.com/disclaimer. All right, welcome on this Friday, January the 20th, 2023. This is really just an impromptu video. I kind of woke up this morning really with this on my heart to actually speak about this today. And, it could be very, I would say it's probably very, not say controversial, but it's definitely speaking, I guess, more of my mind than maybe I have in the past, especially around organized religion. And I think today is really wanting to help you to find your own path, find your own belief system, one that actually nourishes and uplifts you. And that could be an organized religion, one that's already out there, that you're already following. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's one that you find is not fitting, and whatever that it is. Keep in mind, I'm not an expert on our religions. And I don't really have to be. We only really have to be the expert of us. And the expert of you, and you knowing yourself and having that self awareness to be able to tune in to what's really true for you. And so I really want to kind of get in today. I have a lot to cover. I could probably talk for hours on this. I promise I won't keep it that long, of course. But so if we look for today, in terms of the numerology, so we look at January 20th, 2023, and the total date for the day, if you add it all up, it's going to be a 10-1 day. And what that means is that with the tens is all about, or ones is all about new beginnings, and the one is also about ourselves there too. It's about it's one person is one. We also have a 2 day, so a 20 reduces down to a 2, and 2 is all about two people, relationship, and we're in a 7 year, which is 2023 adds up to 7. It's all about rest, relaxation, and spirituality. So if you kind of put it all together, it's about you, new beginnings, trying to have a relationship, trying to forge relationship with maybe rest and relaxation, or maybe if you want to choose spirituality, finding your own spiritual practice, one that actually fits you. And that's really what it's all about today. It's just really trying to find your own practice. And unfortunately, we sometimes grow up in a lot of religions or family belief systems that don't really fit us, and we tend to go through the motions through those, because we don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to upset anybody. We don't want to be outcast in our own family. I mean, some families are very, very, it's you're either in or you're out. I mean, but not all families are like that, of course. But you do have the extremes there. So let's kind of also cover that. When you think about religions or any belief systems, whether they are religion or not, they are beliefs. They're not the truth, okay, for everybody. They're not universal law, okay? They may be true for you, and that's fine. For instance, I grew up in Christianity. Christianity is a religion that fits a lot of people, but it's not a good fit for me, nor is not a good fit for other people there as well. So a belief is not a law, okay? No matter if you are black, white, purple, pink, whether you're Muslim, whether you are atheist, Christian, Jewish, whatever that it is, if you go and you step off of a cliff, gravity is going to make you fall. That's universal. No one knows what happens after death. We have beliefs on that, but there's no one that really kind of, can kind of, come back and say, here's what it is. Now, we have people who have had life after death experiences and all that, but, you know, and I don't discount those at all, but I just really want to um, just make the point that beliefs is not law. It's not universal law there, meaning that your beliefs is not for everybody. Only you can decide if it's right for you, and that's really important. It's really to really tune in authentically to really see what's really true for you. All right. Uh, there's not just one way to connect with God, the universe, spirit, source, whatever you call it. You know, like I said, I'm not an expert on all religions. I mean, I've grew up in Christianity, and this is a big bone to pick with me. There, because in John 3:16 it says, "I am the way, the truth, and the light. No man comes to the Father but through me." And you know that doesn't sit well. You know, for one, it's like, I am the way, I am the light. I mean, there is no choice in that. There is no free will in that at all. I mean, you have a choice to either follow Christianity or you have a choice to die and go to hell. Okay, so it's my way or the highway to hell. That's pretty much it with that. It's either you're either with us or you're against us. There's no in between gray area in that. And so, that's just not a good fit for me. And maybe it's not a good fit for you, and maybe it's wonderful for you. It keeps things clear and concise. Maybe that what fits for you. I'm not about to try to convert anybody one way or another. This is about just looking at what is like what is in that one verse of scripture, or what is usually been taught in Christian churches. And keep in mind, I have friends who are Christians, have family who are Christians, and their belief system is theirs, and I have my own. But I know for a long time that being a member of the LGBT community, there is not a lot of spiritual groups that you can join in and be a part of to where you are accepted. It's becoming more and more commonplace these days, but it's just not the case, and it hasn't been the case for a long time. And I know as a member of that group that having wanted to have a spiritual practice even at an early age of 11 or 12, and really trying to connect with a higher power, a higher source, God, whatever you want to call it, being able to have that connection has been very important to me. And believe me, I have tried to make Christianity work on it for a large part of my life. But I think a lot of times I want it to be true, but it just really wasn't. I really wanted it to work. And I was kind of like lying to myself, and wanted it to work. So I'm just opening, just bring that awareness of whatever is working for you. Just go with that. Okay. Let's kind of go on to the next thing. Okay. So I would say explore, experiment, and go with your intuition about what feels right for you, for your own belief system. And it may be a combination of others. I mean, if you were to ask me, my belief system is not one. It's kind of hodgepodge, but it works for me. And we'll kind of get in more into that later on in terms of maybe how to decide on a belief system, because I think there's just one rule that you need to follow, and just not really a particular belief in that. It's just kind of like a little rule there. So we'll kind of get into that here in a bit. All right. And so what it is that we really find a belief system that does not interfere with the free will of others. That's the only rule in my book. Okay. Um, Meaning that what you believe, it may upset people. I mean, I don't care if you believe in Smurfs that are pink and you believe whatever. I don't care that, because that's not really going to affect the free will of others, unless you, I don't know, try to convert people and tell them that if they don't, convert to your belief system, then they're going to be injured or they're going to die, or threat of harm. I mean, yeah, that's interfering with the free will of others, because your choice is affecting other people there. And so it's really about the one question: is my belief system interfering with the free will of others? Am I harming other people if they don't follow my belief system in some way? Now, granted, I mean, people watching this video, if you are friends or family of me, then you're probably offended about this video, honestly, and maybe you might even feel, whatever you're going to feel, and but that's not harming you. What's harm, it would be you just don't agree with it there, but it's just a matter of like, does my belief system interfere with the free will of others? That's really the only rule, really, if in my book, in my opinion. So let's kind of. So really, if you want to kind of dive into this, it's all about trying to find your own spiritual path. I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to believe, but I am here to try to help you. Well, what are you grateful for? What spiritual practices in your life really nourish you, and really kind of write those down, right? And be mindful of that. And that's what really helps you. So let's keep that there. But then let's also let go of what doesn't fit anymore. And that may be hard, because it just may be what everyone else does there, especially if you're in a group. If you start going against the group in any way, it may feel, odd or a little bit alienating there. But it's just really trying to find, your own way of doing things there. So let's kind of go ahead and what I want to do next is just kind of go through a couple minute meditation. You can do prayer right now or meditation, whatever you feel comfortable with there. And really, but the whole goal of this is to give you time and space to really go in and ask yourself, really go with that gut feeling, that intuition, what really feels good, and what do I really need to let go of there. And so let's just kind of take a few minutes to kind of do that, and then we'll kind of come back here afterwards. All right. So I hope that having that meditation there really kind of helped ground you and really maybe start the beginning of this journey of really trying to find your own spiritual practice that really works for you and really just to really keep what's working and have the courage to really let go of what's not. If it's not serving you anymore, it's just really not being helpful. So um, that's really, I guess, if you want to say prayer or wish or whatever for today is to really, for you to just bring awareness to what's really working for you. And in terms of your spiritual practice and your beliefs, what feels really right? Is there anything that really feels wrong? And maybe explore why does it feel wrong? Why, and really kind of name that. What emotions does it evoke in you? And maybe why? And really having the courage to let go of what's not working at all. And if you're like myself, where at one point you kind of left a whole religion and you didn't really know what to believe next, so you didn't really know what fit, I'll just say be gentle with yourself, be kind, explore, experiment, and really take note of what really nourishes your soul. And just keep in mind this, really being able to be mindful that does not interfere with someone else's free will there. And but yeah, that would be like my wish for you today. But anyway, this is kind of like an impromptu video. I hope this is helpful. And I wish you all the best. Until next time, this is Jeremy Tataroop with Aerosol Nutrition. Bye for now.